Hi, very good evening students. Welcome to video classes. I hope you all are fine. Right, all of you stay home, stay safe, learn well. Okay. So, students, we are in the chapter respiration and reproduction. Right. Okay, so that is respiration and reproduction in plants. Right. Okay, so producing young ones of one's own kind is called reproduction. Right. Okay, and then we have learnt about different parts of a seed, right? Okay, so that is seed coat, embryo, cotyledons, right? Okay, so these are the different parts of a seed, and we learnt about seed germination, right? Students, today in this class I am going to teach you vegetative propagation. Okay. Students, now let us learn about vegetative propagation. Okay. So commonly we know, right? Okay, so from seeds we can grow new plant, right? Okay, so when we plant seed, it grows into a seedling, right? Okay. So after it will become a plant or a tree. It grows into a plant or a tree, right? Okay, so certain plants reproduce with the help of their stems, roots or leaves also. Okay, so when plants reproduce not through the seeds but with the help of roots, stems or leaves. So all of you see here in this picture. Okay, so plants reproduce through with the help of roots, stems or leaves also. Okay, so vegetative propagation, it is nothing but certain plants reproduce with the help of their stems, roots or leaves. It is called vegetative propagation. Okay, and when roots, stems and leaves help in reproduction, okay, in plants, it is called vegetative propagation, right? Okay, so now let us look at one by one. Okay, so what are the different ways of vegetative propagation? Okay, so here first type of vegetative propagation is by stem cutting. Okay, so when the stem of a rose bush or a hibiscus plant is cut and replanted in the soil, and new shoots appear on this cut stem. Okay, so all of you see here in this picture. Okay, so when we cut this rose plant, okay, so again there will be new shoot. Okay, so that will appear, right? Okay, and soon this stem develops roots on lower side and branches on upper side and grows into a big plant, right? Okay, so propagating a new plant from the stem of a parent plant is called as a stem cutting. Okay, so here we are going to we are going to grow a new plant from the stem of the parent plant. Okay, and then have you watched a gardener at work during the monsoons? He uses the stem in a number of ways to grow new plant. Okay, so apart from normal stems and roots, plants propagate from modified stems and roots also. Okay. And some plants like gladioli, lilies, tuberoses grow from modified stems. Okay, so these modified stems are called bulbs. Okay, and next type of vegetative propagation or layering. Okay, so the long branches of a plant, okay, so some plants like jasmine, okay, so find no support and bend towards the ground. Okay, and a part of the stem here we have to get covered with the soil. Okay, so soon roots grow from the buried stem. And now this stem can now be cut off from the main plants. Okay, so this method of growing new plants is called as a layering. Okay, so it is nothing but simply in bending down a branch of a plant and keeping in contact with or buried to a small depth in the soil. Okay, so until the plants, okay, roots are formed. So like in this way, by layering also we can grow a new plant. Okay, and next kind of vegetative propagation is runner. Okay, so all of you see here in this picture. Okay, so this is grass. Okay, so we are going to call scientifically as a cynodon. Okay, so look closely at how grasses grow and spread. Okay, so have you observed how these grasses grow and spread? Okay, so here this cynodon grass possesses thin branches which arises from the axils of the leaves, right? Okay, so these branches are called runners. Okay, so the runners creep some distances, okay, away from the mother plant and strike its roots and give rise to a new plant. Okay, so again it develops into a new plant. Okay, and next kind of vegetative propagation, it is budding. Okay, so have you seen, students, knotted structures on a stem of some plants like ginger, potato, onion? Okay, so these knotted structure we will found on stem, right? Okay, so the method of growing new plants out of these knots is known as budding. Okay, so onion, potato, garlic and ginger are underground stems. Okay, so we will found these plants below the ground level, right? Okay, and they have bud heads on them. Okay, so new plant will grow out of the bud heads once these pots are planted. Okay, so when we planted in soil, okay, so new plant will come out from these bud heads. Okay, so this is about budding. Okay, and next kind of vegetative propagation is by leaves. Okay, so students, have you seen bryophyllum plant? So the leaf of a bryophyllum plant reproduces from the buds that grow along the edges of leaf. Okay, so this plant produces new plants from the edges or margins of its leaves. Okay, so after the tiny plantlets fall on the ground and grow into independent plants. And here that tiny plantlets fall off on the ground and grows into a new plants. Okay, so thus plants reproduces in a number of ways, right? Okay, so plants reproduces by seeds, plants reproduces by roots, plants reproduces by stems and by leaves also, right? Okay, so students, in this class we have learnt vegetative propagation in plants, right? If you have any doubts, ask in online session. All of you should follow given worksheet. Thank you, students.